I asked ChatGPT the top 3 Excel skills analysts must know to land a job in 2023 and shine at the office. What's up, party people? I'm Dave, I'm a CPA, I go by Piggy Bank Accountant, hence the hat, and in today's video we're gonna go over 3 Excel skills analysts must know, and I'm gonna go over real life, real world example for each one of them. First, we're gonna go over the X lookup formula, and then we're gonna go over the pivot table and how to visualize your data with charts and pivot charts. Let's get to the video. Very often in your job, you'll have to merge 2 lists together. Here we have the monthly sales data with the column B only having the product type, so product A, B, C, and I will want to add my unique product ID because I might want to merge another list that comes from another system. So you see me coming here, I will use the X lookup formula. You guys might know the V lookup. So equal X lookup. On my first tab, I have my monthly sales data. On my second tab, I have some other data with the product type and the product ID. So I will go equal X lookup. I select my lookup value, which is the product A in this case, put a comma, go into the second tab, take my lookup array, which is column B, and then I want to return the column A. This is something you could not have done with VLOOKUP because the product ID is to the left of my product, and with VLOOKUP it looks from left to right. So that's a first perk of XLOOKUP. I just click enter, I drag my formula, and then let's say I want to add the sales rep and the department to my dataset and merge it only in one list. I go like this, I press the XLOOKUP, I select my product ID, I go into the lookup array, I will take this range right here, press F4 to lock the cells, hit comma, and then in my return array, all I have to do is select multiple column. And again, you could not do this with VLOOKUP. You will have to do multiple VLOOKUP to get the same result. So XLOOKUP is more productive. I select my return array, press F4 again, and that's it. I just have to drag my formula and I have my merge list. Now that I have my dataset available, my boss might ask me what are the sales for Q1 or Q2, and I know there's a lot of ways to do it, but I'll show you how to do it really fast with the pivot table. I will insert a pivot table, and then for the rows I will put the month, and for the values I will put the sales amount. So real quick, you could just do the sum of the Q1 and say, oh, it's $11,900, but I'll show you something that will make it way quicker. If you click on your pivot table and you click on insert timeline, you can click on month. Excel will auto detect the only date format that you have in your data set. Click OK. And then as you can see here, we have a beautiful timeline that just appeared. You can select the years, the quarter, or the days. In our specific case, we want to know what are the sales for Q1. You click on quarters, and here, as you can see, we have Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. If you click on Q1, your pivot table will automatically update with the Q1 sales. If you want to add Q2, you hold Shift, and then you click on Q2, and you have your answer. When you have a very large data set, this can be really useful to save you precious minutes of your time. That was tip number 2. The third skill you need are charts or pivot charts. When you do a presentation, it's way easier to get your message with a chart. As an analyst, you will need to master these. So I made a pivot table just like last time, and these are for the monthly expenses. So you have cost every month, you want to compare them month by month. I put the category as a row and the expense amount as the values. But let's add a twist to it. I will add the month as a column, and here we go. We have a data set right here, and then I will do a pivot chart. So I click on my pivot table, I click on pivot table analyze, and then I click here under the tools tab on pivot chart. It asks me which type. I want a stat column in this very specific case. And here we go, we have a beautiful graph. No, I'm kidding. So I will show you how to make this graph really powerful and give a real great message. So here, maybe I want to have the month as a column instead. And what you have to do, you don't have to touch anything on your data. You click on the design tab, and then you click on switch rows and column, and don't blink. look at your data set and look at your graph. It's all perfect now. What I like to do after that to make sure my chart looks great, I right click, I add the data labels everywhere, and then I right click on the graph, I click on format data series, I put the gap width to roughly 25% so it looks a little bit better, and then you can adjust the colors so your graph looks great. Have a look at my favorite charts.